When dividing polynomials, these can be broken up into two separate cases. First, dividing a polynomial by a monomial or a single term, also called termwise division, and dividing a polynomial by a polynomial, which is also known as long division. This video we're going to focus on the long division part. Now, here are the steps to do long division of polynomials. You want to divide the leading term of the dividend being the first one, the first polynomial, by the leading term of the divisor, which is the second polynomial, and then simplify. Next, you want to place the simplified term on the top of the division sign. Then we're going to multiply or distribute the simplified term by the divisor and place the result under the dividend. We're now going to subtract the like terms together, and then we're going to bring down the next term and repeat the process 1 through 4 until we get to the remainder. So, first one we're going to do is 2x squared minus x plus 3, that is the dividend, divided by x minus 3, this is the divisor. So we're going to do x minus 3, and then 2x squared minus x plus 3. So first things first is we're going to take the leading term on the inside, which is a 2x squared, and we're going to do the work on the outside over here. And then we're going to divide it by the leading term here, which is x. So 2x squared divided by x is going to give you 2x. So now we're going to take 2x and we're going to put it here. Now we're going to take 2x and we're going to distribute to all the terms here in the divisor. So 2x times x is 2x squared. Then 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. And now we're going to subtract, but we're going to make sure to put this in parentheses because it does matter. So 2x squared minus 2x is just 0, and it should always be 0. So we can just write a 0 there, or we can just leave it blank because we know there should be nothing left there. Next is negative x minus negative 6, and since this is minus a negative 6, we can call it plus 6. So we can say it's a minus there. So negative 6 plus positive 6, or sorry, negative x plus positive 6x is going to give us 5x. And then we're going to bring down the 3. There's a positive 3 because we have two terms here and we need two terms here. So now we've gone through the steps 1 through 4. Now we're going to start back at 1 again. We're going to take the leading term here, which is a 5x, and we're going to divide it by the leading term here, which is an x. So 5x divided by x is just 5. Now we're going to take 5 and move it up here. Since it's a positive 5, we're going to say plus 5. And now distribute the 5 to x and to negative 3, which should give us 5x minus 15. And we're going to subtract, put parentheses in here. And another way to make this a little bit simpler is I'm just going to change this from a minus to a plus, and then change all the signs in here. So a positive 5 becomes a negative 5, and a negative 15 becomes a positive 15. So 5x plus negative 5x is 0, so let's leave it blank. And then 3 plus 15 is 18. And since this has no x term, and this does, we are done, because the power here, or the degree here, which is a 0, is lower than the degree here, which is a 1. So to write the remainder, we do plus the remainder, 18, and it's going to be divided by the divisor, which is x minus 3. And this whole thing up here is the quotient, or the answer, 2x plus 5 plus 18 over x minus 3. Next we have 2w cubed plus 8w squared minus 16 divided by 2w plus 4. So set up my long division. So I'm going to have 2w plus 4 divided by 2w cubed plus 8w squared. But we can see here there's no w term. So I'm going to put a placeholder value, which is just going to be 0w. It is not necessary to do this, but it does make the long division far easier than if you don't. And then minus 16. So divide by. And so now we do the exact same thing. Take our leading term, 2w cubed, off to the side, and divide by the leading term over here, 2w. When we do that, we're going to get w squared. And so w squared goes up here. Distribute w squared to 2w and to 4. We're going to get 2w cubed plus 4w squared. And we're going to subtract it. And so I'm just going to change the signs like so. So 2w cubed plus a negative 2w cubed, which is 0, gone. 8w squared plus a negative 4w squared, which is going to give me 4w squared. Again, I have two terms here, so I'm going to bring down a second term. Now I'm going to start all over again. 4w squared divided by 2w. Simplify this, and you're going to get 2w. And that's what goes up here. Positive 2w plus 2w. And I'll distribute the 2w to both terms here, which will give me 4w squared plus 8w. Put in parentheses and subtract, which I'm just going to change the sign to make it a little bit easier. So negative and negative. So 4w squared plus negative 4w squared is 0, so it's gone. 0w plus a negative 8w is just going to be negative 8w. And then bring down that term. And now we do it again. Negative 8w divided by 2w, which is going to give us negative 4. So minus 4 here. Distribute the minus 4 to both terms, so we get negative 8w minus 16. Subtract them, so I'm just going to change the sign, so plus and plus. So negative 8w plus 8w is 0, gone. Negative 16 plus positive 16 is also gone, so it's a 0. And since we have a 0 for the remainder, there's no need to put 0 over 2w plus 4 because that will just go away. So this whole thing is our answer, or our quotient. W squared plus 2w minus 4.